Hello, Dijon here. In the TV and film portion of episode 140 of the Mustardcast, we go over the live-action shows and movies we've been watching, react to the Captain America, Thor, and X-Men Avengers Doomsday trailers, get Bree's opinion on the Supergirl trailer, and review Avatar Fire and Ash, Marty Supreme, and Wake Up Dead Man. Please enjoy. Okay, moving on to TV and film. We don't got a lot. You guys been watching anything?
Nope.
I have. Oh, okay. So for TV, I finished watching Hunting Wives with Angel, and the ending blew our socks off. I recommend watching it. The show is very freaky deaky, so be warned. But it's very lesbian freaky deaky. So if that's your thing, if you love women,
Well, sign me
you'll
up.
watch.
No, I'm joking.
Well, say less. But
Right.
and then we started watching another show that's kind of similar to Hunting Wives called I think it's called either Love and Death or like Love and Murder. But it's about like this couple that orchestrates like an affair because like they obviously aren't happy in like their marriages and they needed something to fill that void or whatever. But one starts getting more attached than the other and like one ends up breaking away from the affair and like mending his relationship with his wife and everything, and she is not happy about it. And I'm very concerned on what's going to go on. And then we watched one episode of this show called, I think it's called Paradise, about like uh this agent or whatever who's supposed to be guarding the president underground and like this utopia thing built under San Francisco, I think. So like they have like an artificial sun and everything. They're supposed to like come out with like a season 2, so Angel wanted me to watch an episode. And then after that, we watched one episode of what's it called? Manifest. About a plane that went missing for 5 years, and then everyone showed up, and they're like, "What the heck? We thought you all died." They're like, "No, we've been on the plane for like like a day or two." And they're like, "What, a day? It's been 5.5 years."
That's interesting.
That is
It's really
interesting.
cool because like once the people come back, they all have some form of like ability. Like the main character can hear a voice, which is her own voice, that essentially tells her the future in a way, but like only like with one word or like a few words, like set them free or slow down or something like that.
Mm.
But
That's interesting.
it's really interesting. I recommend it. I recommend the 3 I just listed, the 4.
The 5. For me, I rewatched Challengers. I got my nice new shiny speaker. Breeze experienced the speaker. It's a good speaker. Because we had a little New Year's / birthday party for a friend, and had some people over. I got a new couch. Got the Apple TV 4K. Got the sound bar. So I had some people over. We played some games. We had a good time.
Good time.
Rewatch Challengers. That was fun. Watched Wake Up Dead Man. That was the first movie I watched with the soundbar. And there's a moment where like somebody plays a church organ, and it was very loud. And it had the intended effect, which it was done to like be a jump scare. Because yeah, it was loud. And the thing that made me rewatch Challengers in the first place was Marty Supreme. Watched that in theaters. That was really good. Very good movie. I definitely suggest checking it out. When it hits streaming or in theaters if you want to see it in theaters. But I'll talk more about Marty Supreme and Wake Up Dead Man in the review section. Moving on to trailers and news. I got one thing. So I've learned that they've been cycling between different trailers, teaser trailers for Avengers Doomsday, which comes out December 18th this year, which is wild to say. It's a New Year's. January 6th, we're recording this on. Never forget. But did you know that was like fucking 5 years ago or 4 years ago or something like that?
Really?
I thought it was 2 years ago. No.
I thought it was last year, as in like 2024 last year.
Whoa.
It was years ago. Multiple years. Wild. But
I'm really fuzzy.
yeah, at the Avatar Fire and Ash showings, they have been showing different teaser trailers. I saw the Captain America one, and we talked about that last episode. I say we talked about that last episode, but I think that's the one that's going to be edited into this episode.
Okay.
and it revealed that Captain America will be returning.
Hmm.
Oh, I meant to send you guys the trailer. I didn't do that. You should look it up and watch it.
Okay.
It's very short. And he has a baby. We don't know if it's his baby. He just has a baby.
Wow.
That's
So
Bucky's baby.
that's him and Bucky had a baby.
Nice.
But Battle Up Saber on Twitter says the MCU has actually become a perfect adaptation of the Marvel comics in that they both love to walk back on any interesting changes they made to the status quo out of fear of being rejected by the general audience. And
Yeah.
that is so true. This man better not come back permanently. But yeah, that happened. And we got one for Thor, which I sent like a week ago. And then we got another one today. That got leaked at one point, and then people saw it in theaters because it was, in theaters before they put it online, and we're talking about it and showing screenshots, and now it's finally out. And I've been waiting because I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, is this AI? No, it's real. So let's start with the Thor one. With the Thor one, it's it has voiceover, unlike the Captain America one. With Thor, praying to his father Odin to protect him in the battle to come, so that he may return to his newfound daughter from the ending of that one movie that I hate. But overall, it was a good teaser, and honestly has me way more excited than any. It had me more excited than any other piece of promotion so far, because of the tone and seeing a more serious Thor again, which I'm excited for. But it had me the most excited until the one we got today. Which, did you watch it, Bree? Have you seen it?
I did not.
You should look at it right now. Just watch it right now. You have to see
Okay.
it. You have to watch it now. We'll wait.
Okay.
I'll watch it as well. Actually,
Okay.
it's very
myself
short.
then.
It's not even a
Short.
minute long. Oh well, it is exactly a minute long.
It's a minute and 9 seconds, but I'm gonna mute myself. Okay, I am back.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
So, if anything was gonna get me hype, if anything,
When I tell you, I got chills.
bruh. Not only are the X-Men back, but we got Cyclops in the 90s fit. In the 90s fit. James Marsden coming back. Hopefully he gets some goddamn respect this time instead of being cucked by Wolverine
Oh my gosh.
like he was in those movies. And the fact that they got a whole
Man,
trailer
this was a well done teaser.
that was Professor X, Magneto, Sir Patrick Stewart, Sir Ian McKellen, and James Marsden as Cyclops. Feels like those characters are probably going to get the most focus from the X-Men side, which is good. Wolverine just had a whole fucking movie. Push him. He can be a goddamn background character. We don't need any focus on Logan. He just had a whole movie
Oh my
with
God.
Deadpool. He can take a break. He'll get another movie. We know he will. Cyclops isn't a character that's going to get his own movie, so let's focus on him as one of the main characters in this story. Fuck that, Wolverine. Get him out of here.
This has me on my soapbox again. When are we getting a Jubilee movie? JK. I know it'll never happen, but I hold out hope every day.
Man.
I hold
You
out
never
hope
know.
every day that one day there will be an announcement and I will be vindicated.
One day
It's never going to happen.
You'll just have to become like a director so you can make it yourself.
So true.
They'll adapt the story arc where Jubilee became a vampire for a while.
Exactly. It'd be so fire.
There was a point in the comics where Jubilee was a vampire for a while. She also has a kid.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah, she has a kid in the comics. She has a whole kid.
Insane.
that's interesting.
But yeah, what did you guys think otherwise though?
This was sick. I fear I was not interested in Avengers Doomsday because I just don't. Marvel's not my thing outside of the X-Men. But now the X-Men are in it, so now I have to watch it.
Right. I will say I haven't been to like the actual movie theaters in a while, but like seeing that teaser, I have to go in theaters and see it. I have to be a part of the experience.
For sure.
But I do have to. I feel like it's going to be one of those movies where I'll need to go to a subtitled showing because the mixing is going to be
Yeah.
crazy.
We gotta make it a group activity.
Yes, please. I would love to do that.
That's around this at the same time as the Game Awards too. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna watch the Game Awards watch party. Bree, you weren't here when we talked about this Supergirl teaser trailer, so I'll ask you the same question I asked A in the last episode. How does it feel to see a trailer for a comic book movie and know what scenes from the comic that they're pulling from?
Oh my gosh. I was shook. I was like, if this is like not like necessarily a faithful recreation, but like I feel like if I was in the theater and then I'd point at the screen, it'd be like, I know that part. I know what's about to happen.
It'd
It's
be
so
that
exciting.
that Leonardo DiCaprio meme from Once Upon a Time in
Yeah.
Hollywood. Yeah, what do you think
But
overall?
like so far it looks good. Like it looks really good so far. Like I'm glad they didn't like reveal too much like how trailers are nowadays. That's why I kind of don't really necessarily watch trailers because they pull a lot of like from like the intense stuff that happens later on in the movie. Like spoilers essentially. But I think the trailer did a good job of like only showing this just a little bit. Like we didn't even see like the main villain like that. Like you get like a glimpse of him.
Yeah, and his design's very different in a way that I'm not enjoying. They made him look like a punk rocker almost. It's strange because we talked about
Yeah.
before. Krim is a character that is like unfortunately beautiful.
Yeah.
He's an unfortunately really good looking guy, despite how horrible of a person he is.
You know what? That's a good example of real life.
Yeah.
But yeah, they made him look very, very, very grunge looking, very grungy, very
Yeah.
homeless.
Yeah, we were talking about how this trailer it's missing the bright colors that we see from the comic and you know it could just be a case of you know the movie doesn't come out till like what mid next year and
Mm.
it's in pre-production currently, so you know a lot of those scenes just might not be ready to show and in an actual
Yeah.
proper first trailer we'll probably start to see some of that stuff. But if we don't have any of that in this movie or if it's like barely in the movie and it's
I'll be
all
so disappointed.
just this like
Yeah.
drab color palette that we saw so far, I'm gonna be very upset. I'm gonna be like, oh, you guys suck. Like, what do you mean you're adapting one of the most beautiful comics ever drawn, ever put to page, and you're just gonna not do any of the very pretty vistas that we
Give all
saw
the
in the
color.
comic? That would be insane.
Right.
I want to hope that they're just holding out. You know, they're saving the good stuff.
That's the hope, I think. I feel like they're just like holding out. I want to give them the
Yeah.
benefit of the doubt because I really enjoyed this comic and I want to see them do it justice.
Mm-hmm.
We also got a little bit of information about the next Superman movie titled Man of Tomorrow. James Gunn posted on social that they are hiring actor Lars Edinger to play Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow.
What?
He posted, in our worldwide search for Brainiac in Man of Tomorrow, Lars Edinger rose to the top. Welcome to the DCU, Lars. For those that don't know, a few months ago, James Gunn announced that the Superman sequel would be titled Man of Tomorrow, with art from several famous comic artists of Superman alongside Lex Luthor and his power suit being posted across socials, and all the actors from the movie, well, specifically Superman's actor David Cornsweet and Lex's actor Nicholas Hoult posted different pieces of art than James Gunn posted from other comic artists of Superman and Lex, and it suggests that they will be working together, and the title Man of Tomorrow refers to both of them. And fans everywhere immediately assumed that the villain has to be Brainiac, after it's forcing Superman and Lex Luthor to work together. But also, despite being one of Superman's biggest foes, Brainiac has never made his big screen debut. So everybody figured it was about time, and it looks like everybody was right. And I'm very excited to finally have a lot of people be introduced to Brainiac. Like, Brainiac is like one of Superman's biggest villains, but like most people don't know him because he hasn't been in a movie. And that's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I only
That's
know
where I'm
his
at.
name. That's it.
Like, you said what?
I only know that man's name. That's it. Like I know he
Yeah.
exists, but like who is he?
Yeah,
I was gonna say you have a leg up over me. I didn't even know he existed.
see, exactly. And that's insane to me because I'm like, I think Superman villains, I'm thinking, okay, Lex Luthor, Zod, Brainiac. Those are like the top three. So like, yeah, it's crazy that we haven't gotten them until now. But yeah, next we have the Odyssey, an actual full trailer came out. And you know what happened, the day we recorded? You know what I did that night?
What'd you do?
Started reading Song of Achilles, and I haven't been able to put it down.
Isn't it so good?
It's so good. It's so gay. I love it.
It's so gay.
Gayest book I've
That
ever
is
read.
so good.
It is
I gotta read it.
Yeah, it's real good.
for sure.
I've just been
It's like that.
reading it nonstop. It's real good. I'm absolutely about to run through that book.
Because like the Iliad itself is already pretty gay. Like, they do the whole thing. It's like, oh, two male warriors that were definitely just friends and nothing else, even though they shared a tent, and like one, when the other was killed, like dragged the body of his enemy around the Troy temple walls and then refused to give it back, which is a big thing in like ancient Greek culture, and then was buried with him. Like their ashes were mixed together, which was something that only happened with married couples. Like, but they're not gay though.
Yeah. Hopefully
It's a bro thing, you guys.
hopefully that didn't spoil anybody listening if you somehow didn't know the story of the Iliad. But there are a lot of people out there who like, I've never read the Odyssey. I will now, since you've given me what you deem to be the best interpretation of it, and I'm finally gonna read the Odyssey. And I'm gonna try to do that before this movie comes out. And I want, unlike what I'm doing with Song of Achilles and Iliad, where I'm going to read the Iliad after Song of Achilles, I want to read the Odyssey before I read Circe.
Which I would recommend.
Yeah, I'm going to try to read both of those before the Odyssey comes out. I've said it before because we got a teaser trailer before. This is the first proper trailer. I am not remotely interested in this movie just based off of the trailers. The only thing that has me interested is the names involved, specifically Christopher Nolan. It's like, okay, I like Christopher Nolan movies. I'm probably going to like this. But from a visual standpoint, it looks boring as hell. I'm not going to hold you.
Oh. Well,
I don't like the way this movie looks. I really don't like the way this movie looks. Benny Safdie, who is voicing Bowser Jr. in the Super Mario Galaxy movie, is playing Agamemnon. And some people hating on the way he looks, and I'm like, you know what? That's the one thing in the trailer that I actually like, because he looks intimidating. Because he's like wearing this like weirdly angular armor that like completely casts his eyes in shadow, and you just can't see them. And I'm like, that's interesting. I like the way that looks. But other than that, movie's kind of sauceless, which is crazy to say about a Christopher Nolan movie because he usually has the sauce. But this movie kind of saucy. It's so gray and blue, and like. And that blue text on the black background, absolutely not ADA.
I hate it.
Absolutely
I hate it.
not ADA.
I hate it. I hate it.
How did that?
It's so bad.
How did that like get past anybody? I could barely read that shit, and I have my glasses on. Like,
yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm like, huh?
That
what
is
this?
Definitely not ADA.
That is not ADA compliant.
Like, of all, see. As a big Odyssey enjoyer, like the actual original classic, of the colors you could have picked for the Odyssey, you picked blue? Bronze was right there! Right there! And you can still have your, like, grim dark, ooh, this is edgy, retelling of the Odyssey because it's for modern audiences. You still could have had that and picked a bronze color palette. You chose blue? I was, like, horrified watching the trailer.
Yeah, it's quite literally looking bleak. It's just like
literally looking
everything. And also there's two things that this man is known for, which are like some of the cardinal sins of movies. Certain scenes being way too dark, you can't tell what's happening, and the audio mixing being dog shit and you can barely hear what's happening. That happened in the audio one especially happened in what is it? Tenet. Good movie. Sometimes you could barely hear what the fuck is happening. You know what I want to do? Actually, I don't think I've rewatched Tenet. I saw it. Did I see it in theaters or did I watch it on streaming? I can't remember. I saw it at least once. I maybe saw it twice, or maybe I'm mixing it with the like YouTube reaction I watched. But I saw it at least once. And it was hard to hear. Now that I have this sound bar, I might watch it again to see if it sounds better and I can hear things clearer. No, I've heard that people who like watch it on like sound systems, it sounds better. So I might try that. But yeah, I'm not particularly excited for this movie. I'm gonna watch it unless I hear it's bad. But I doubt that's gonna happen. It's probably gonna be good, but it just doesn't look visually interesting.
Yeah, no, the only way they'd get my butt in that theater is if I'm hate watching it, and I like putting my money where my mouth is. So.
Any thoughts, Bree?
No, you guys basically said everything. Like, I was looking at the trailer as you were speaking. I was like, this is very dull. Like, what's going on here?
It's like not interesting at all. And it's like, if you're trying to, it falls into the pitfall that a lot of movies based on Greek myth and like Greek classics do, where it's like, oh, because this is a serious movie, it has to be like, very dark, very grim, and it's like Greek culture at the time was actually fairly colorful, all things considered. And it's like, I wish more directors would lean into that aspect, because it's like it makes for a nice, I guess you could say, dichotomy. It's like the terrible, terrible things that are occurring set against this colorful backdrop, because this is supposed to be a legend. This is supposed to be a myth, you know?
Yeah.
I think a good example of that is that one movie where it's like the Spartans, it was like 100 of them or something.
300?
Or I forget.
300,
Yeah.
yes. 300
Yeah,
is
no,
one of my
that's good.
favorite
describing
adaptations of-
describing 300 as, you know, that Spartan movie where there were like hundreds of them is hilarious.
No, because like it's in the name, so I was like, they'll know, right?
Yeah. But yeah, 300. While I do have my issues with it, because the battle, what it covers, the Battle of Thermopylae, is like one of my favorite historical events. Not to be a nerd, but like 300 is what I'm talking about when I'm like a movie that's sets it against that colorful backdrop. I like that movie quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. In terms of cast, Matt Damon is playing Odysseus. Tom Holland is playing Odysseus' son.
I was not expecting to see him there.
Yeah. Like I said, Benny Safdie's playing Agamemnon. Zendaya is playing Athena. That's
I don't think that fits at all. I love Zendaya so much. I don't think that was a good casting.
I mean, why not? She's great. She's great. She's just good at her job. I mean, I've seen her in so many like things where she just does a great job. I'm like, I can imagine her in any role.
That's fair. I don't know. When I think of Athena, especially Athena in the Odyssey, I'm like, I don't know, but they might cook.
And we saw Anne Hathaway in the trailer playing Penelope. But as I'm looking through the cast, John Bernthal was in the first trailer. He's playing let me see if I can pronounce this. Menelaus?
Yeah.
Okay. But the one that surprised me that I didn't know about at all is Charlize Theron is playing Cersei. That's cool. But yeah. Talking about a movie that actually does look visually interesting. Earlier today, I went to see Avatar Fire and Ash. A movie so long that I got out of the theater, it was dark outside.
Whoa.
Yeah,
How long is it?
I very purposely went to see that movie at 12:45 because I was like,
Oh my god!
Because I was like, it's near a Best Buy, so I could go grab my stuff from Best Buy. But also, I didn't want to like come home and it's 1 a.m. because I saw it at like 10 at night. But yeah, it's 3 hours and 60 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know why you're so surprised. Those first two movies are also just as long.
It's
I don't remember it being
so
long.
absurd to me. And like my mom was trying to get me to go see it with her on Christmas, and I was already kind of iffy about it because I'm like, I don't really like the Avatar movies that much to go see them in theaters. 3 hours? Hell no.
Did they at least like take a break?
No, of course not. Somehow it felt shorter to me.
That's good.
I liked it, but in comparison to Way of Water, it wasn't as good. Way of Water is like way better than the first one, even though I like the first one. This one, I would say better than the first one, but nowhere near as good as Way of Water, because unfortunately, this movie just feels like Way of Water again. I'm watching it, get towards the end, I'm like, the end of this movie is like literally the exact same as Way of Water. I'm like, what's happening? Did he lose his mind? Why did he make the same movie again? It was like, I liked it, but it was just like, why are you telling the exact same story again? It was very strange. It was the exact same story with like an additional like tribe of characters being introduced and being added on top of that. And I'm like, it didn't change it that much. I don't know, very, very, very strange. I don't even have much to say because I don't want to spoil anything. It's also just the same movie twice. It's very weird. We don't need 5 of these movies. Okay, 3 is enough. Maybe 1 more just to do something different this time, actually. But after that, you can stop. But the last pre-roll trailer was a teaser. But yeah, moving on to a few quick reviews. Let's start with Marty Supreme. I saw Marty Supreme a week or so ago, and it was really good. Quick synopsis. Marty Mauser, played by Timothy Chalamet, is a charismatic 1950s New York shoe salesman and hustler who uses his dazzling table tennis skills and bravado to navigate the gritty underground world of the sport, aiming to become a world champion despite the constant trouble and self-sabotage. It is loosely inspired by a real-life ping pong legend named Marty Reisman. So, it was a good movie. Marty himself was a piece of shit the entire movie. I hated that man. He was hustling everyone, including his friends and family, and he sucked. And he was doing it all to achieve his goals, and goddamn it, Timothy Chalamet did an incredible job as him. 5 out of 5. Highly recommend. Good movie.
Nice.
Fuck that nigga Marty, though. The movie version. I don't know about the real life version. I don't know that man. But movie Marty sucked. I would have punched that man in the face. He was annoying.
Oh my gosh.
He deserved to get his ass beat.
Wasn't it? I was to say, I had not watched the movie. I had not even heard of it prior to the news coverage I've been seeing around it regarding a certain scene that Timothy Chalamet did not do with a stunt double. And it did intrigue me. Huh?
I said, oh. I think I know what you're talking about.
I don't even. I was to say, I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but
maybe
it intrigued me. So
I don't think you don't care, do you, Brie?
No.
Okay, yeah, you can say it.
Yeah, so there's a scene apparently where Marty gets spanked, and they had a stunt double ass for Timothy Chalamet, and he was like, "No, if this guy's gonna get spanked, I want it to be my ass immortalized on camera." And you know what? I respect it.
Whoa.
Yeah,
I respect it.
Yeah,
it's so funny to me.
but last review I have is for Wake Up Dead Man, the third movie in the Knives Out franchise. It was good. It was like I said, the first movie I watched after getting my soundbar, and it was incredible to listen to. But quick synopsis. Wake Up Dead Man is about a baffling death inside a quiet church that draws Benoit Blanc into a tense investigation where faith, secrets, and suspicion blur as a close community turns against itself. And I'm gonna just read this review from Sydney rocket ship emoji on Letterboxd because they put it better than I could. The most thematically complex and thoughtful of these so far, and I really like that it has the most distinct character arc for Benoit himself, using his and Father Judd's relationship as a tool for Rian Johnson to explore not only his own relationship to faith, but how to reconcile our personal beliefs with the universal duty to afford each other grace when it is difficult to do so. Similarly to the first film, there are words spoken at the climax of the mystery that bring me to tears. Johnson clearly aware of the moving humanity found at the center of tragedy. I admittedly think there are one too many layers/things going on, but who the hell cares? I would watch a billion of these. The use of light and shadow is so beautiful. Thank you, Steve Yedlin, and also Josh O'Connor is fucking sensational, and he is Josh O'Connor, also one of the leads in Challengers. It's real good. He's real good. Yeah, it's very much it's a murder in a church, and one of the lead characters alongside Benoit. Oh, really? Benoit Blanc's never the main characters in these. It's another character usually. The main character is played by Josh O'Connor, and he's a priest who was sent to this church as punishment for punching another priest. And yeah, it's real good. Definitely check it out if you like Knives Out movies or just murder mysteries. I know you plan on watching it,
I
Bray.
love Knives Out movies.
Yeah.